Welcome to another episode of Moving to Maryland. Today we're going to talk about a really cool community about 15 minutes north of Baltimore City, White Marsh. I'm here with Rushmere, Caitlin, and Josh. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
So let's jump right into White Marsh. Caitlin, where would you say it's located and a little bit about the history?
Okay, so White Marsh is just northeast of Baltimore City, surrounded by the communities of Nottingham, Parkville, Kearney, Perry Hall, Essex, and Middle River. Originally, it was a small farming community, but in the 60s, they started developing it, and now it's a thriving town center that serves like as an amenities hub for all of those surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, and it's conveniently located to all major highways, 695, 95, 43. And it's also 15 minutes from downtown, 15 minutes to Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's a great place for a lot of the regional employers and their employees to live because of just, I can't think of another place that has the community amenities of White Marsh. And it's such a classic location that all of these other surrounding areas get kind of lobbed in as like the White Marsh area. So you grew up not too far from there and probably didn't even know if you were in Nottingham or Perry Hall or White Marsh, right?
Yeah, I don't think many people do, but I think White Marsh gets deemed that area, opposed to people saying I'm from Nottingham, I'm from Perry Hall, just because it's such a condensed area, and all the amenities are pretty much in that White Marsh area.
So let's talk about, what a lot of people, like when I think of White Marsh, I think about White Marsh Mall, like a lot of us, right? Like that's where I found White Marsh. And, I go there once a week with our 2-year-old to Dave & Buster's, which I love. But what are some of the other places that you're going to find in White Marsh Mall and in that the avenue, that area?
Well, I'm a sucker for IKEA. It's actually the third IKEA ever built in the U.S. and the oldest that's still open. So if you love Swedish meatballs, that's where you get your fix.
Okay, and we have a movie theater there. We also have Dave & Buster's there. We also have Wayward Way, some of the restaurants around on the avenue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's also a Chili's. She said Wayward, Banditos as well. There's a Texas Roadhouse actually right outside of the avenue, but still relatively close.
Caitlin, if somebody asked about the walkability of that area, how would you describe that?
I would say that if you live right around the town center, and there are absolutely homes and condos that are right within walking distance of the town center, you could live there without transportation. Aside from that, it is a little bit more, you need to have a car to drive around to get to different places, a little bit different than some of the downtown communities.
And Rushmere, you live in that area, and Josh, you grew up, in that area quite a bit. Let's talk about green spaces. There are a lot of parks and things.
There's a lot of parks around the area. We have Honey Gold Park. We also have like Gunpowder State Park. We have kayaking, fishing, canoeing. All of those things are just like right there in Perry Hall, White Marsh.
Yeah, there's a ton of great parks. There's Cowington as well, Go as well. Great if you like to get out on the trails, do some hiking.
Yeah, when I think about that area too, I think about Martin State Airport, which is not that far from there. So that's another thing people don't think about. Like you have easy in and out from an airport there. If you got your private jet going, right?
Hey, only on Tuesdays.
But that general region, when I think about White Marsh too, and living in that area, you have great restaurants on the waterfront that are not too far. You get all these different things. But let's jump into real estate. And what are some of the range of real estate you can find in that area?
The range of real estate is it ranges from like the twos, the upper twos, I would say for condos up until about the upper eights.
Sure. And what are some of those choices you have in that price range there, Caitlin?
It's a lot of like new development. So like she said, condos, townhomes, there is still new construction happening. So if you are looking for a new construction home, you can definitely find that there as well.
And what about investor opportunities in that general area?
So there may not be too many investor opportunities just because a lot of the homes are newer homes. Mm-hmm. But there are still opportunities out there. Some of the condo units are a little bit older, so you can scoop a couple of them up.
Yeah, I was thinking more like long-term holds, picking up properties that were rented out. There aren't any, there's not a lot of like super old houses that are going to be renovated and flipped like that. But the four of us are in real estate. We're all real estate agents: Rushmere, Caitlin, Josh, myself. If you have any interest in moving or finding out more information about White Marsh or any of those surrounding areas, please reach out. Our contact info is in this post, and we look forward to seeing you next episode.